Hello, group. I was sitting here doing some paperwork and I started thinking and reflecting. And I thought I'd make this short. I'm going to try to keep it short. And I have to probably break this content down into several videos over the week. And I thought I'd explain to you my passion and why I created this group, or some of the reasons, just from this angle. Ultimately, I am a parent of four. 19-year-old, soon to be 16-year-old, that had its struggles. Both of my sons had ADHD, but it manifested in different ways. It was two different, totally different struggles. Totally different struggles. I like how I said that. And also, I have twin girls that will be 9 August 4th. My daughters were born with delays. And basically, I'm not going to say I assumed, but many of us felt like maybe some of their delays were due to them being twins. One of them has a diagnosis of autism. The other one has an IEP for emotional support. Some believe she would have been or should be on the spectrum as well. However, this was a very emotional journey for me as a mother. I'm grateful that I went to school for clinical psychology, but I didn't know that I was going to have twins with delays when I started school. And I was able to apply some of the things that I learned to their growth and development. As you may have read in one of my previous posts, they didn't start calling me mommy until they were 5. They had their own language. When I had them evaluated at 4 years old, they had a 12-month-old word usage capability. They had other behaviors that I had to cope through. They didn't use words at all. They basically jibber-jabbered, but they understood each other. School was very difficult. They couldn't talk, so I basically felt like I was leaving them in school to sit all day and hope that teachers could find a way to communicate with them. Also, there was a lot. There was a lot, and I'll share that over time, depending on what the topic is we're discussing. But I knew that as a mother, I needed to give them various skills to help them adapt to the world. I've seen this time and time again in practice with clients where a parent might say, my child behaves like this because of the ADHD. And they would justify it. And I'm not saying that we're not supposed to make accommodations for our children, but our job is to prepare them to survive in the real world, to give them skills to adapt and to overcome various situations. And my ultimate goal is I feel every child deserves an opportunity to live the best life possible. And what if at the earliest age possible we could teach children skills like self-determination, motivation, know what it means to have self-confidence, so they can live out the best lives possible. And there's a stigma connected with mental health services a lot of times. So a lot of the quote unquote information that I know and have utilized, many people don't, I'm not going to say they don't have access to it, but they may not utilize it. And many children are exposed to trauma and traumatic situations and don't know how to process it. And then they're let out into the world, and it can drastically affect relationships with their significant other when they're adults, relationships with their children, depending on what their core beliefs are. And these are all the things that I am willing to talk about. I will say that I have no expectations. This is just information that I think is important for everybody to gain access to. And I appreciate everybody in this group. If you have questions, I plan on putting out posts where we can interact with each other. Like I just put a post up about everybody give me an example of an affirmation. I may have a post where I say, what is your child's favorite food? Or tell me something about your child that you value. And there's reasons why that's important, because if you can't identify that, you need to try. Because one of the things that will help a child believe in themselves despite their weaknesses is if we as parents can relay to our children what we value. You know, when they do something we appreciate, we have to learn how to let them know that. Especially even if we haven't been doing it in the past, we have to start, especially if we have teenagers. We can start instilling things in them before they get out into this world, because you want to give them all the tools and skills possible to lead out the best lives. There's so many things and experiences as a mother that I've gone through that have been so challenging and heart-wrenching. I used to cry. I used to spend so much time in the class setting with one of my sons to help him remain calm. I used to spend a lot of time in the classroom with my twins. I used to cry, on my own time in the car. I remember the first day my twins had to go to separate schools because they had separate needs. That was very difficult for me as a mother, because they almost they were dependent upon each other. Not saying that that's right or wrong, but that's where they were. It's like they had each other's, where Renjaya was weak, Jenica was strong, and vice versa. And one of my twins used to run out of the classroom every day and cry, and the school didn't know why. In first grade and second grade, when they had little circle time on the carpet, my daughter would cry herself to sleep. And when they got up and went to their desk, the teachers would leave her there and let her sleep. It was very, 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 very difficult. And the schools were very patient. And if they sent one twin home when they did go to school together, they would send the other one home. I mean, their whole academic environment was strange, and I didn't know what to do, and I didn't have all the answers. I didn't have a lot of answers, but I will say I don't know what happened. I don't know where the transition came, but my daughters are so well adjusted. They can tell you what it means to be confident. They can tell you what it means to be determined. They can tell you what it means. And every day I'm telling them to provide me examples of confidence or different things or what it means to be creative. I show them love. I'll give you an example. Yeah. I need love. I need a love touch. Oh no, I need a love touch. Aw.
Fine.
Huh? Aw. You give me love touch? Why you give me love touch?
I love you.
Oh, you're so sweet. I love you too. Thank you. I feel better. I encouraged them to use their words. And we had 9 minutes already. Oh, I want to tell y'all one more story. I'll make a separate video and share. It is hilarious. But it was something they did last night. And it showed so much maturity. But I'll share that in another video. Basically, one of my twins did something that was not right. So I went in the bedroom. And I said, Chicha, what happened? Well, I did this. I said, well, why did you do that? Because I wanted to play a different, I said, and then she wouldn't answer. So I said, Renjea, why did Jenica do that? Renjea said, because Jenica wants me to play a different game and I wasn't ready yet, but I was about to. So I said, so Jenica stood up and I said, where are you going? She said, I'm about to go do my punishment. I said, she took authority from me. I said, what's the punishment? She said, I'm going to go into my room and lay in my bed. I said, really? So I felt like as a mother, I needed to take back the situation, take back the authority. So I said, well, let me ask you something, Jenica. How do you think it makes your sister feel when you do A plus B equals C? And she told me she feels mad. I said, Renjea, how did it make you feel when Jenica did blah, blah, blah? She said, upset. I said, and I looked at Jenica and I made a face. I said, Chicha, how do you think it makes mommy feel when you do blah, blah, blah? She says, sad. I said, and you know why it makes me sad? She said, because it makes you sad. I said, because I want you two to love each other. Now I need you to tell your sister you're sorry. And I need both of you to get off the game. I will talk to you guys next time, and you have a wonderful, blessed evening, because it's late in my world. I'm up all night working, and have a wonderful day.